Hi guys and welcome back to my channel, and as you can see I have my sketchbook with me today. No, this is not a sketchbook tour, so don't peep into it, but it's the month of May and you know what that means. It means Mermay. At first I was thinking of drawing a mermaid every day for the month of May. That's why I have certain ones such as the Princess Leia one, the Siren, because I wanted to draw based on all the prompts, but then I decided it's a huge project. Here's a remora fish merman which I love very much. Since I didn't want to do such a large project, I decided to do something that I did 2 years ago. That was to draw a single illustration of a mermaid for the month of May for Mermay. So I made only one. Last 2 years ago, this is what I made. I would call it a disaster. I hate this because I was not that well equipped with tools. This was 2 years ago, so I forgive myself because I have developed my style a lot. I would like to believe it's better now, and that's why I wanted to draw a mermaid again. A typical mermaid, nothing special. At first I had really big plans for this one. I wanted to draw a mermaid who is Native American, and I wanted to make her a warrior of some kind, but then I realized that using the strategy of go big or go home wouldn't be that productive right now because of how much under pressure I am because of my uni and stuff. Oh yeah, I'm post-graduating in English literature right now, if I didn't reveal this in the last video. Yeah, so I decided I'll just keep it typical, a stereotypical mermaid, very feminine, long flowing hair and stuff. The only thing that I decided to do that is a little bit extra is give her a staff, which I don't think is something very special. But yeah, this video was more about, showing you guys the change in my digital art style, because the last video that I uploaded was just a sketchbook flip through of Inktober and done in traditional media. So I just wanted to upload a digital art video because I have heard from some of my viewers they like it and they have been missing it. To be honest, I haven't been drawing that much at all because I barely have time, especially in digital media. I have been sketching here and there. I've been using my Ohuhu markers on my sketchbook and stuff like that, and very soon I'm gonna be showing you guys a sketchbook tour because my recent sketchbook barely has about 12 pages or something. So once I'm done finishing it, I'm gonna show it to you guys, but it's gonna take a while because, as I said, I don't have time. With theater, uni and all that, I barely have time. So anyway, as you can see, some things have remained the same without any change. That is, I start with a very rough sketch, and then I do a line art in a different color, which is devoid of any details, and then I go in with the proper line art with all the details and stuff. And while drawing this mermaid, I decided that for the palette that I would go with is gonna be blue, and last time, that is 2 years ago, I went with a vibrant orange color because the mermaid was based on a koi fish and they have really vibrant colors. But this time I don't even know what fish she's based on because, as I said, I don't have time to even think that much. I just went with whatever I could think of. But for her staff, I decided to draw a conch shell because I think conch shells are really hard and they can be used as a weapon if they have a really pointy end. So that's what her weapon is gonna be, the staff. You can imagine it could be something magical. I also really wanted to give her some glowing hair, even though at the end it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it to. I liked it. So after doing the line art, I put down the base color, like a background color, which is dark, so that I can see if I have missed out any places where color should be. And this time choosing such a dark bluish tone was a very good idea because I also used this color as shadows on her face. Because she's a mermaid and because she's underwater, under the sea, the shadows on her face is gonna be affected by the color of the ocean as well. So I used those colors as shadows. The blue shadows on her face really gave her the mermaidy look that I desired for, I guess. And I also went with the classic elf ear. For the highlights also, I went with a very bright blue color, and I think her face turned out pretty generic. Like, I didn't have any especially like especially special looking face. What am I talking about? I just went with whatever I could think of at the moment. And for her eyes, I gave her dark scleras and light irises. What's the plural? Is it iris or is it irises? Whatever. I'll have to check it. Is it even sclera or is it I don't know. Okay. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, I think the blue highlights and the blue shadows was a very good idea. And if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know that in my new art style, I use a lot of highlights on the face, like to give this sweaty and glossy look on the face. This actually I learned from, there's this artist on YouTube and Instagram, Sarah Tepesh. I think I've talked about her before. She helped me change my style a lot. So yeah, I follow her. I gave this mermaid some white eyelashes on the bottom and the dark eyelashes on top. I didn't like the eyebrows that I did at first, so I changed them a little bit. And doing the hair was the most fun part. I really enjoyed doing hair because there was just so much opportunity to shade and highlight, and hair also takes up a big area in my illustrations, so it's always fun to just go ham with a brush. Yeah, so for a moment, let's move away from the illustration that I'm doing and let's talk about my channel. So as you can probably guess, my channel is dying. I think I've talked about this before as well, but I have mentioned that I'm not gonna put any extra effort for this because this is something I do to just have fun. I don't have any big plans with this channel. I just want to enjoy the journey of sharing my art with people who are interested. So yeah, I'm gonna be uploading whenever I feel like it. Yeah, if you want to stay here and watch me do it, then do subscribe. And of course, your comments and likes and shares mean a lot to me. It's the sense of validation that kids today need and I need that validation, I guess. So don't forget to leave a like if you enjoy this video, and if you don't, I think you should just tell me why in the comments. Yeah, and you can put a dislike too if you want, I don't care. Just kidding. Anyway, for her outfit, I wanted to give her something that looked very natural with her environment. I see people give clamshell bikini tops to mermaids, and I think that looks very out of place. So I gave her something that looks like, I don't know, dried kelp, dried some kind of plant or something for like a small chest plate or a bralette. And I highlighted it with something that appeared like scales. They look more like dragon scales than fish scales, but I think it goes well with how how regal she looks with the staff and all that. On her skin, I added these little specks of scaly things. I don't know what they are. And I also gave her some sparkles on her body, like some glittery sparkles to make her look as if she is glowing and shining with water. And for her tail, I also did the same thing, but with a shade of blue. And I gave her some glowing jewelries and crowns and all that. So yeah, and for her fins, I decided that I would make them like the opacity. I'll turn down the opacity and make them a little bit transparent and glowing. And yeah, at the end, I decided to change the color of the line art because the black line art stood out too much. That's why I went with a bluish line art to make it more cohesive. and a background and some extra hairs and a little bit of highlighting here and there. And I think I liked how she turned out. I mean, at least it didn't turn out how I exactly wanted it to, and here's the reveal. At least she's better than the last one, like the one 2 years ago. So I would like to believe that I have been developing slowly, because I barely have time. I keep saying this, I don't have time. That's why I'm not able to develop as much, but I guess this is way better than 2 years ago. So I hope you enjoyed the video.